Very small
we
touch
don't know.
screens.
But yeah, so basically these guys, they came up that it was about 1.7 days for a bit of Lego to go through your shitter and come out the other end.
So why did we need to know this?
So when children eat Lego, we can kind of go, okay, if it hasn't come out in 2 days, then we might need to x-ray the little shit. Make sure it hasn't like got stuck in his appendix or something that could hurt him.
Does stuff get stuck in your appendix?
Well, if you've got one.
Right. I don't have one anymore.
No, neither do I.
It got evacuated from me. I went in for one thing and they decided to take it out. And I said, well, I'm not getting charged double.
Oh, 2 for 1.
Although they did play Van Halen before I went to sleep in the surgery.
Oh, that's
though.
nice of them.
I liked that. They didn't even plan it. Do you know what? The people who do the surgery in the theatre, all those people, God bless you, they're the most relaxed in the world. You're going in there like, I don't like needles, I don't like scalpels, I don't want to be cut up. Then you get the gas and you don't give a flying anymore. You couldn't care less. You perform a coup de grace on me, I don't care.
Yep.
I couldn't give a shit anymore. Just go for it.
Yeah, they don't care.
And then they wake up and you are flying with the angels.
Oh, yes.
You're like, I think that some of the stuff that we've discussed in this first season of The Burblers, these people getting grants to find out if females get more addicted to weed, how long it's going to take you to come out with a Lego head that you've swallowed.
Yep.
How the hell do we not have PhDs and grant money coming out of our ears?
Well, we should.
For this kind of stuff.
We should definitely.
You're more the scientist than me. I can be the talk piece.
Yeah, you can present it to like the uni or the government department. I'll like work out, is there a correlation between hand size and ear size or something?
Or feet size and size.
Yeah, or something like that. That's probably already been done. But maybe we could, I don't know, study the effects of ethanol on the human body.
Ethanol?
Yeah.
Like petrol?
No. Oh, alcohol.
Alcohol?
Which one is it? Ethanol, alcohol?
Well, I hope that inside this can of beer that I have sitting in front of me, it's alcohol and not ethanol. That's what they do in Bali, dude. They pour like No, what do they do? Antifreeze and shit in... And at schoolies just recently happening. That's what they do. They substitute alcohol with like methanol and...
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool.
You went to Bali. Surely they drugged you up, or did you stay on resort?
No, I didn't stay on resort, but we went off in the off season, so they weren't all like trying to rip us off and stuff.
Yeah.
It was all right.
You fine?
Oh, I spent most of my time drunk, so...
Only just a little bit of brain damage, or...?
It wasn't too bad.
You're right?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 + 4?
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to monitor you.
All right.
And your Lego heads.
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
As I want to know something really quickly. Now, look, there's this report that's come out asking, basically, if you've got cool parents, is it going to affect you later in life? If you're always just getting your blessing from your parents, say, for example, and I never did, but there were some kids going, oh, you're going to do that? Yeah, fine, cool. And it's always those kids that are always doing like art at school or go off and do that stuff, and they never really got the hard discipline that a lot of us got at home. Like, no, you simply can't do that. No, you're not going to that party. No, you're going to do your homework.
Yep.
You're not getting that for your birthday now. You can't take the car. You're not getting that for Christmas. And you would have the shits with the parents. There'd be a lot of door slamming, screaming about how unfair life is, all that kind of thing. But realistically, if you had parents that were just zen, they were cool, all that kind of thing, like they go... Okay, well, you got caught smoking at school.
Right.
In our day, that would have been, you are absolutely the shittest person in the world.
Yes.
Why did I have you? I had to struggle through labour to have you and all that kind of stuff, and you do this to me. How dare you? And you feel so guilty and all that kind of stuff.
You did, yeah.
But if you had cool parents that just went, yeah, well, look, I did those things. And, like, they're cool. Like, you can't... I don't know. I'm not a parent. You're a parent. I'm not a parent. Is this the right way to be treating your kids?
I don't think so. I think this is one of those things, where every child gets a prize and every participant gets a participation medal. Kids need to learn hard lessons.
I remember I used to get really bad school reports.
Yep.
And I would get my ass kicked after parent-teacher night. I would just absolutely be the worst person in the world, and rightfully so. I didn't know responsibility. And it was a good lesson in making sure that, like, you've only got your school years to go, and then that's it. And if you want to absolutely go and mess up your life and all that kind of thing, at least have the lessons we've taught you to build up. Because, let's face it, everyone makes mistakes.
Yes.
Everyone makes mistakes. But listen, if your parents came up to you and they're just absolutely cool, like, you know what, just, let's throw a party and all that kind of thing and have the kids there, and the kids are allowed to drink or have a glass of wine with dinner or anything like that. Is it going to hurt these kids in the long run? I want to know.
I think it will. I really do. I think it's going to create entitled people. They're just going to be all like, well, it's okay to do this, it's okay to do that. No, it's not always okay.
Yeah.
And you've got to learn that you don't win every time.
That's right. So you need parents that are like, nah, we're parents, strict, bang, done.
Well, no, you got to have a happy medium. I reckon you got to be in the middle somewhere. Can't always let your little darlings get away with everything.
Yeah.
But you can't, at the same token, be down on them for everything they do either.
I didn't know a lot of kids growing up that were sent to boarding school during their secondary years who mum and dad were in contact, during the term, and then they came home to people that were running their lives. Their lives are structured and run in boarding school. And if they were cool parents and they came home, it would just make them worse, I reckon. Yeah. Wouldn't it?
I think so. This is why we have, the entitled generation that needs safe spaces and content warnings and all of that other crap, and that don't know what gender they are.
Well, that's true. I'm always just very, very weary of those going, yeah, my parents are cool, they do that and that kind of thing. And it's only going to lead to kids, being delinquent.
Yep.
Listen to me, almost 40 years old, and I'm saying that. Let's hold up a mirror to Benny and see how much of a delinquent he was.
Yes.
But anyway, so even if your parents are cool, does it drive a wedge between the kid and the adults, the parents, that will underpin the relationship later on? Because you'll have kids coming up to the parents going, why did you let me do that? Here's the out for the cool parents. Well, we wanted you to learn a lesson. Here endeth the lesson. I would be like, you, mum.
That is...
you, dad.
That is such a cop-out.
You, maybe not grandma.
No, grandma's cool.
Yeah, grandma is cool. She taught you to knit, how to make boiled lollies.
Gave you ginger nut snaps.
Ginger nut snaps.
Yeah, she did.
She saved every single recipe you liked as a child out of the Women's Weekly.
Yes, and she has every photo of you that was ever in the local paper.
That's right.
Yep.
But I think it's a lot better for parents to pop a bit of...
door slamming.
I hate you. I hate you. You appreciate your parents a lot later because you'll have kids that are going to do that. And then you've just, here endeth the lesson. You're passing on the discipline. But it's not the beat down, the smack down. Well, you can't really hit kids these days.
No, but it's not as good these days. You can't, like when we were young, when we were pups and we got told no, we'd do the whole, you, mum, you, dad. Then we'd slam a door and then we'd go and turn Nirvana on and turn the bastard up. What are you doing these days? You slamming doors and you're turning up S Club 7 or whatever the kids like these days. There's no good music anymore.
I think you're about 18 years past S Club 7, but anyway.
Bloody no.
The music these days that's coming out, basically you have 3 keys on a keyboard,
right?
And you've got a hit as long as you feature Nicki Minaj.
Ah, Nicki Minaj.
I don't want to listen to my parents' stuff because they're just stuck on this Dire Straits.
You'll listen to Dire Straits and you'll like it.
It's funny though, like some radio stations now are just living in the 80s and 90s because basically that was the peak period they think these kids these days of music. It's funny to think, though, because like when you say the 60s and 70s, I feel that's only 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's actually closer now to 40 years ago, which is very, very strange. Is it better to have a cool parent? The jury is still out on that one.
But I mean, on the upside, it's entirely possible that those of us that are concerned about being cool parents shouldn't actually worry because we're probably not that cool anyway.
I'm not cool. You're not cool.
I'm cool.
You're wearing a Super Nintendo shirt at the moment.
I am not stuck in the 90s.
Well, I'm not. I'm wearing a 2000 Rocker Stepford shirt.
Well, there you go. You're stuck in the 2000s.
But it was the weekend. Had to mow the lawn. Did I get it done? No. Because my parents didn't make me go out and do it. Mow the lawn, Benjamin. You, Mum. You, Dad.
Slam. Nirvana plays.
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
As before we wrap this up, I've had some conversations with a couple of my work friends who actually want to shout out. I don't usually do shout outs, okay? You don't do shout outs. We did a cross promotion with your other podcast.
Yeah, that was a cross promotion.
Well, I'm going to make a cross promotion just for people. People aren't going to be able to tune into these people. But anyway, all I'm going to say is, do you have a beagle? Do you own a beagle? Would you ever own a beagle?
Maybe. Probably not. I'm more of a cat sort of person.
You're a cat person, so you'll never get someone calling up going,
hello, is that Az?
Yeah, that's Az.
Hello, Az. My name is from, and we just need to know if you have a beagle.
A what?
A beagle.
A beagle?
Do you have a beagle?
No. I don't even know what a beagle is. Trying to sell me something? Are you from India?
No, I'm not. New South Wales. What questions do you want to ask me to prove I'm from New South Wales?
What's the weather like?
Windy today.
What's the square root of 465?
That's got nothing to do with New South Wales.
I think you're in India.
Do you have a beagle?
I don't have a beagle.
ask
I don't
me
even know what a beagle
Ask
is.
me a geological question, okay?
How many sisters are there in Katoomba?
3.
Shit.
I'm just saying, do you have a beagle?
No. Did it shit somewhere?
It possibly could have. Anyway, I'm just letting you know your beagle's been found.
Right.
Do you want the beagle back?
Is there a fee?
Possibly. Do you own a beagle?
I own a Ford Falcon.
For f***'s sake.
Anyway, we will do something later with that. I'm sure that there will be a little bit more interaction with that particular person. She just asked that question.
What's a beagle?
It's a dog. Fred Bassett. That's a beagle. That's what a beagle is.
Well, what's Snoopy then?
He's a beagle too.
Is he Snoopy's a beagle?
He's a beagle.
I thought he was a dog.
Beagle is a dog, you That's what a beagle is, you idiot. You've never heard of a beagle before?
Yeah, I have.
You
just
dumb,
told me about
you
it.
dumb I'm sorry. Just had to bring... There's been a distinct lack of swearing in this episode. You idiot. Listen, look, we just kept that rant right till the end, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Well, that's a good thing. Anyway, if you would like this podcast, even though we flew into more...
A rage.
I don't know if it was a rage. I think it was more of a justified...
Old man yells at cloud moment.
Yes, old man yells at cloud moment. You can subscribe to this podcast, and if you've missed any of the other ones, then make sure you subscribe at iTunes and leave a comment. We would really appreciate that, and a review as well. Click on those stars there. My name is Benny.
My name is Az.
You can catch us on the Burble AU on Facebook, also on Instagram and Twitter, and of course, theburble.com.au. More of this nonsense is going to be happening next week, same time. See you then. Enjoy chowing down on Lego.
See you later.
Is it over yet?
The answer is yes.
Oh, thank God for that. Hit us up on the socials and check us out at theburble.com.au. And don't forget to subscribe and share us with all your mates.
Thank you for sharing.
And here's the good news. They're back next week. Really? That's good news?
It's great news.
Here's the taste.
Shut up! Me dead. I think it's all bullshit. This is Alan Jones.